Hello.
Hey, Mike.
Let me get this thing. Can you guys hear me okay?
Perfect.
Okay. Hey, can you hit those lights over there? See if those lights help. Try those. Hmm, it works a little bit.
Where's the ones there?
I don't know. Maybe they're over there. All right. So the painters, we had to get a new crew.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here.
Where is the lighting gonna work? We'll just feel like I'm on a ride. Okay. People are like getting sick. Let me see here. How are we doing today? Let me get I think I can get my other mics here. It'll sound a little bit better. Put it in here. Did I bring those with me? I'm sure I did. Yeah, right. Right here. You could go get you want to take my keys? Go get the shit out of the trunk.
Yeah.
All right. So how are we doing today? Good. Good. Ah, the madness, the madness. What are you guys what are you guys dealing with that I can help you with? On Friday, I want to try to make it a little bit more Q&A only, so you guys surely by the end of the week you got some questions.
Course module, you going back to the 9-step blueprint? I noticed that was yesterday's video. So is that what you're gonna start doing again?
No, when I build a course, I just think about it like that. I just
Okay.
think about it like you're basically, when you're building a course, you're essentially laying out you're essentially just laying out a book. It's like chapters, subheadings within the chapter, and then all of that. And it's like some people have trouble like creating the course. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it clear? Yeah, so some people have trouble with the what's up?
Is this stuff where it came and stuff?
Yeah, no, we're good with that. Well, let me see if that one camera will fit right here, because if it will, it's fine. I don't jack with it. When they go to build the course, what I see, well, first off, let me just put this in my own court here. When I first started creating a course, I went way too much. Like, I was like, oh my God, they're paying me $5,800. I got to make sure that this thing is, dude, I've been trying to kill that fly. You can help. No, that thing will drive me crazy.
That's the one from the shed.
Yeah, he's still following me. I will friggin' whip him. Try to get him if you can't. There's a paper towel roll you can smack him with. When they go to build the course, like the first time I did it, I was like, oh, they're paying 5,800. I got to give them all this stuff. And it was like, they actually want the complete opposite. They want it to go fast. They want it to be effortless. They want less things to do. And if you go building it and you think, well, oh, they're paying me X amount of dollars, I got to do all this stuff. That's really where you don't want to have too much stuff. You want to try to keep it as simple as possible. Like, what do they say? The best system is no system at all.
Yeah. I took it down from a 12-week to 8 weeks, and those 4 I made as bonuses if they want to take them, just so I can, like you said, I was listening to you when you said about the Brendan Richard, the bonuses. So all they needed was, I just made 12 because I thought I liked the number and everything matched, but it's like that's just too much overkill, and that's extra stuff that they could find the information later, but it doesn't give them exactly what I wanted to give them. So I broke it down.
Yeah, no, that's so good, because when when I think about this here, the big thing is, it's like, I want it to, it's like, you wish the barrier of entry was, it was like this difficult thing, but at the end of the day, it's creating the solution and then doing content to tell people about the solution and having a nice transition from not a customer to a customer. And the value is not so much like how big is the course or how big is all the stuff, you know, and everything's crazy. It's like, yeah, if you get this together and you do this right, you can make a lot of money. That's the value of it. If it doesn't have to be a lot of stuff, then great. Like, that's great. I don't want it to be a lot of stuff. The barrier of entry is just people won't do stuff. They just won't do the work. It's not that they're not workers or that they're not driven. It's just there's these little things that get in the way, like these little insecurities, and you think that it's got to be so much more than it does, and it's just it isn't, you know, like. So when you go to create the course, it's like, what are the MVP, minimum viable product? It's like, what are the simplest things that you can do? Like if I came on and said, okay, here's what you guys are doing. You're finding a problem out there that people are, paying for to solve. Okay. I wouldn't go try to create the new thing. I would find something that's already selling, and I would do a version of that, or whatever it is that you want to sell, right? Like whatever it is that you want to be into, it will sell. You just have to sell it. And then you have to get people that have the problem aware that you are selling it and make it an easy transition for them. But people buy help all the time. The only thing you're not selling it, the only thing that doesn't make mine go rabid right now is the content's not being produced like it should be. I'm not running any ads. That should be like on rapid fire. And I mean, I've got Logan here, he's going to help me do this stuff while I'm building out the course. But at the end of the day, what we're doing here is, how do you solve your problem? Okay. How do you solve your problem? Let's create a program and solve it. Let's show them what to do, and then get out there and tell people about it. Right? Look at this view from this is like the dining room area. That's our dock right there. Dude, the jet ski sucked the rope up in the bottom of it and wrapped it around this thing, the little PTO shaft, and then it burned a hole in the top of the jet ski. So it's like $1,200. We sucked a rope up in it, and now it's like, yeah, we're redoing this little fire pit area down here. It's got this. Logan's doing some pictures. What up?
How's it going?
So I wanted to share something with you that we kind of discovered yesterday, which was, I was sitting down there and I was putting up the day 11 video. We shot it out in the shed. Then we had to come here and lock everything up. Contractors left. And we were sitting here and I was like, he's like getting content, stuff like that. So he just took a picture of me on the computer, right? And I took that picture and we just stuck it in ChatGPT, and we had already educated ChatGPT about the business, right? So we said, here's what we do. Here's our ideal customer, yada, 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 the process. And we stuck the picture in there and we said, take what you see in this picture and create a post for social media that would be aspirational, or it would, be a post that would, inspire them based off what it is that we do. And it looked at the image and it did an amazing job. And then I said, can you crunch this down and make this a smaller little text bite? And it was amazing. I was like, can you title it now too? Yeah. That's good stuff. You using cinematic on that? Yeah, that's good. But it's really cool. And we can do an example of it here, but I'm like, okay, so I was talking about carousels, right? And carousels do a really, really great job of, see, like sticking me in the neck. That's why I wear the V-necks when I put this on. Oh, go get him my basketball shoes. I want to show him my b-ball shoes. I haven't bought b-ball shoes in 13 years. Logan got me playing basketball. And I went and bought some b-ball shoes. like $170, weren't they?
Yeah.
They're cool though, man. They're two different colors. All right, back to business. So what I want to say is, I want to show you guys a different way to think about carousels. So I was like, okay, people do the carousels where it's like a slideshow and it's like some text, there's a hook, and then it's kind of like plain, right? Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I'm saying this stuff? Okay. I was like, why not make your own carousels like with what you're doing, or create like your own image style so you have your own look and feel. And what I was thinking, I was like, why not just take pictures and just stick them together, and maybe you can put like something on the picture, or you could just have something set up there. Because here's what's happening when somebody clicks on that, and I was researching this, when somebody clicks on a carousel, it puts, at least on LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. Okay. I didn't look at Instagram, but on those three, when somebody clicks your carousel even once to go to the next slide, you get 48 hours in their feed. 48 hours. You're in their feed. If they engage with you again, it stacks the time. That's pretty good. That's almost like a retargeting feature. And it's like on Hermosi, I don't know if you see how he'll do those. It's a still image of him with a quote on it, and he'll be doing something off in the background or whatever. And then it's just a video that plays for like 12 seconds. If you watch that, then we'll show them your shoes too, man. I'm like a little kid. I love it though. If you
Quick
What?
question: the carousel on YouTube, you posted on the community tab, or it's like an actual? Okay.
Yeah, I really just love YouTube as a whole. Like, I just really like the platform. So I really want to, like dominate that and master that platform. Check these out. One's a different color. Aren't these cool? I never buy, like, I'm always black. So this is a big stretch for me coming out with these, but it's kind of cool. It's got cork on them. Anyway, I'm like showing them shoes. Yeah, let's look at yours. Here's Logan's shoes. We got these hot shoes. So when
Your nose.
yeah. Okay. All right. Back to it here. Okay. So, but here's what I like about this. If you make it like interesting. So I had a picture of me just sitting at the table. There's like some flowers. So there's like some color, and then I'm sitting there on my laptop. Now you can do whatever you need to do for your thing, and you can do it from just different angles. You can set a tripod up and just take some pictures. But to me, it's like, if you train ChatGPT, this is what I love about this. We'll do an example of this, by the way, because this is really good stuff. I'm telling you, people will, first off, what you put in the post as far as a description is going to help you show up in whoever's feed. So anybody, like if you're talking about how to learn English, for instance, right? Like with Bert, if you put up in your description up there talking about that, the algorithm's whole goal, and we're not being all, oh, the algorithm, I'm not trying to do that, but it does exist. What it is you putting that up there, the algorithm's job is to mirror match the people, because it wants to feed the people what they want so they stay and come back. So if you put up there, when trying to learn just something about like English or language learning or anything like that, is going to help you get closer to those people searching that stuff. If you have an interesting image or 2 or 3 images that they can go through, maybe you've just got one word on there, or maybe nothing. It's just something they can look at. Maybe you take a picture of you when you've got like some clients that you're working with on the screen, and it's just like an over the shoulder. And then you say something up in the top, or you let ChatGPT do it, like I'm going to show you guys how to do. But that gives you 48 hours. If somebody's interested and they click on that, it gives you 48 hours in their feed. Okay, no guarantee that you're going to show there again, but it gives you that opportunity off of something simple that you can do. It gives you that opportunity to show up again. And then what you can do is you can have that video, then you have a video that goes out, right? Or it's just going to help you be in the feed, and it's something simple that we can do. And I think you need to try to find a way to be authentic as you can. And I go into little worlds. And what I mean by that is like when you're taking a picture of something, it doesn't always have to be like this big picture thing back here. You can get up close on what you're doing, and you can mess with that. And don't think those carousels have to be this thing. Because I was talking to Logan. I see your guys' hands up. I'll definitely call on you in a second. But I was talking to Logan. I'm like, how can we minimize the time from what it is that we're making to publishing, right? And instead of trying to make it this complicated, okay, I take a picture, then I have to like do all this stuff, and then do all this, and then I can post it. It's like, what if you just were consistent with being authentic on what an image looked like, or even with your video? And I think a lot about this IP thing. I still am not sure what IP. Can you look up what IP with content marketing actually? What does anybody know what that means? I just know IP. They always like your
Intellectual property.
intellectual property. There it is. God damn it. Intellectual property. So it's like you have your own style, right? Brand, whatever you want to call it. But if you're just consistent, even if it's, I told him, I want these images like raw, like almost like you would text a friend something, because it's different. And if they're interested in it, it gives you a chance to show up in their feed, and it gives you a chance to like then put something out that's got a little bit more substance to it, like a video or a short. And it gives you an opportunity to drive that traffic in deeper, right? That's the big thing that we want to be able to do, is drive the traffic to the funnel or drive the traffic to the offers. Okay. I know that it's like, okay, we get it, Mike, but how many people yesterday posted an image? One. We're not taking advantage of images. And if they actually do get you in the feed for 48 hours, if somebody just clicks and looks at it, that's important to me. And that's simple. We can post an image each day. And then when I show you what it can do with ChatGPT, you're going to be like, this is crazy, because it's really cool what it can do. Okay. Okay. X, I think you had your hand up, and Rainer's got a black hand. Okay.
What's up, Mike? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
All right, not bad. Hey, congratulations for your home. It looks inspiring.
Yeah, it's coming along, man. It's pretty cool. Thank you.
All right, so Mike, when you have your videos in Loom, what is your backup system? Let's say that Loom, you don't have access to Loom, and your videos are parked in Loom. What is your backup system for you to be sure that you never lose your content?
Good question. So one thing that you can do, great question. One thing that you can do is when you get it into Loom, right when you get in there, you can, let me pull it up so I can show you, because this is a good question. Okay. Let's just pull up yesterday's video. All right. Share this. Okay. You guys see it? Yeah? Okay. I'm having fun with having Logan too. You know, like he can follow me around. We can do a little bit more interesting content. It's kind of fun too. And I got those old like chairs. They were going to throw those chairs away from the old office. I'm like, hey, those are my shed chairs now. So in the new office, you guys, we're going to go look at it again today. That's going to be fun. Like there's like 6 rooms. It's an old chiropractor's office. So that'll be fun. We're going to take each room and make it different. Like, and we're going to start buying property, and like, I'm going to start doing storage units as well. Cause like that one that I've got there, I'm going to start doing that stuff too. Just cause it's completely automated, that storage unit. I didn't have to talk to nobody. There's nobody on land. It's all fully automated. And there's just these spaces. Anyway, not to get off on that, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be more fun content. I think we're going to have more fun. There'll be subjects that we're going to get into that are going to be cool. Up here, X, when I go like this video, as soon as I get it done, what I'll do is I'll click these 3 dots, and I don't do this currently. I do sometimes, but I should do it, right? I just don't, but I should. when I get done with this piece of content, I will, sometimes it takes a little bit to process. And what I'll do is I'll come up to these dots, and this sometimes right here, the download video, it'll be like grayed out, like you can't select it. But if you refresh it, like refresh the whole screen, you know, I like come up here and refresh it, then usually after 1 or 2 refreshes, it's done processing, and then I can download the video. And then instantly I have the video downloaded to my computer, and I can do with it what I want, and I can store it. It just gets to be storage space then, right? And storage space adds up after a while. Like if you, yeah.
Thank you, Mike. It's clear. Thank you.
Cool. Cool. All right. What's up, Rainer?
Hey, great to be here. Listen, I have a burning question. I've watched today your funnel training, and then I just kind of kind of caught my attention is that nowhere, let me just finish that, nowhere appears the free version of this Skool, because everything is linked to the button of purchasing Skool, sorry, the paid program. If not, they can watch the free videos below, etc. And I thought, this is an amazing idea, because then I don't even need to have a second free Skool. Let me just think it through. I mean, why I'm saying that, you could just run with that one Skool having a low fee. Maybe I'm going crazy now, but I'm just.
No, you're good. You're good. I like.
Let me just finish up the idea and then tell me, because the problem is when you have too many things that you need to do, it's like fucking, it's too much. Right. So thinking it through, that why the hell does one need to go the extra route and at the free? One could just live with one Skool, which is a paid one, maybe with a low, with somebody who has never made any money with something low, $9.29, whatever it is, and then just grow slowly that. And for them to establish a relationship, they have the daily, if I understood your training correctly, they have the daily mail every 2 days or whatever, where they have the link of a valuable video in there where they can learn stuff. So the relationship keeps going. You don't have the community effect, which is obviously wonderful, but at least you're kind of nutrition, that's not the word. You kind of feed in, the relationship will grow because they can see you every now and again, they can watch your videos. And then if one day they purchase, so you kind of don't even need the free one. Why I'm saying this, because as you remember in July, we talked about the two concepts. One thing is to do something that I know, which is the health insurance, answering questions for people who come to Spain, want to buy an insurance. So that is one Skool which I can have for free forever, and just selling my products, which I do every day at the moment, and I can do the sleepwalking. And then I could have the second Skool of what I actually long-term want to do, but I don't have yet the experience. You probably remember that we talked about, you don't know what you're doing, but I don't know yet what I'm doing. So I could have this, instead of having a third Skool, which is the free one, I could just feed in, I could just have this one 88 click, how I call it, where I show them what I'm doing in the other Skool and see how I promote it and talk about conversion. But I don't need another third one. I mean, otherwise you're never going to start. I could. Yeah. So one doesn't need, so in one sentence, one doesn't need the bloody free Skool, because in the beginning I always heard from you and from Mosey, free Skool, paid one, free Skool. But now, but then I realized, why the hell do I even bother with it? Just have one paid one, have the other one for this other business, and just start slow with a small monetary amount that is not which, if they like you, hopefully they then purchases, and you don't even need the free one.
And let me, yeah, you're exactly right. You're
I just
exactly
want to hear
right.
this again, because I kind of, fuck, I thought, why am I, because the other day I was asking about this one product where they kind of recurring, then I thought, fuck, when I watched this today, I thought, am I stupid? Why not just have bloody one and get the free one in the complete in the first place?
Yeah, no, it's because we're doing the funnel and we're building the emails again and we're going that route. It's, you know, that was the free Skool. That was the kind of like the email list route without the email list. I was trying to go free Skool to paid Skool, but it's just not the same. You don't have the email ability and the automation ability. But no, you're exactly right. Now, here's the other thing I want to say about the products, and this goes to everybody, okay? Don't listen, when you see something cheap, what do you think? It's cheap. Don't worry about and great job, Charlie. Great job, brother.
Sorry to interrupt. If you're starting brand new, sorry.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
hold-
You're still going to help people more than you got to remember something. Most people, when they graduate high school, never read another book. So if you read 5 books on cucumber growing, you would be considered truly an expert on cucumbers amongst the common person.
Okay.
So when you're trying to sell something to somebody, you're going to be doing your research. You're going to be creating a program for them. It may not be the best one in the world, but you're going to be way more advanced than they are on that topic, even if you're brand new to it, because you're going to do your studies, you're going to do your work, you're going to flesh out your theories, you're going to try things, you're going to be exposing different things, and you're doing this work. And think about this, what you're sharing with them, even if they got a quarter of what you were trying to get across to them, is going to be more valuable than any number you can really stick on something without being outlandish, right? But I don't know why anybody would go less than $49 a month for like their core school. I don't know why you wouldn't be closer to $99 a month or something like that.
The monetary side is fantastic to hear, but I'm less worried about what did really blow my mind away. And I just want to hear this once. I need to kind of get this. Because I already I want to do this insurance side for Spain because I know what I'm talking about. We talked about this, and I can set this up. Sleepwalking, no, but I can set this up without any doubt because my confidence level is 100%. So, and that's going to be a free school that I'm going to feed into setting the insurances for people. And I'm going to do this live, what you're doing with us now. I love this, where they can ask me questions because I know if they like and trust me, they're going to buy the insurance with me. So and then I could have the paid one feeding in from my experience on this side. Hopefully expressing this correctly, feeding in this experience on this side, and then have a certain amount, it's irrelevant now, a certain amount of, without having to set a third one up, because that's kind of like, it's like,
yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
It's impossible. So, but with this could work as a concept, isn't it? Because it's just nice to see, because then, first of all, it's 100 years less, let's be honest, but also easier to manage. It's not just monetary.
Yes, that's the key.
Because you could,
one would be the best.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, no, fair enough. But I'm just saying, one thing is the money, but even if you can afford, one needs to be able to manage it. So,
brother, you also got to remember you're working with a global audience here. Like anybody around the world can join your school, and you got to remember that like there are all types of people that can afford this, and even 100 people giving you $100 a month is 10 grand a month.
Good.
That's $100. We're talking about like $3.50 a day.
Yeah, no, I just kind of when I had like free school, because it was by this setup, I thought, okay, my insurance side, then this free one, fuck 3 is like
no way.
Someone who starts from zero, not like hold on a sec. The other one, since it is a free one anyway, because I want to feed them in the paying same insurance. But then just this one's I can at least get my head around this, because this one I didn't feel I could even manage that.
Yes.
Now, this is a relief to know that, because
small. Yes.
Which we talked about the free in the past. I remember when I started like a free and the other one, but you're right. This was when we are not talking about the landing pages.
Yes.
And we're not talking about the
What kind of
emails.
insurance are you, Rainer?
Sorry?
What kind of insurance are you?
I sell any, but I'm a specialist in health insurance for Spain. And people have, when they come over to Spain, they have loads of questions about the visa and the visa requirements for Spain. And this one, I'm an expert on this, although I'm not excited long term to do this only.
Yeah.
But I've learned from Mike, you need to know what you're talking about.
I'm an insurance agent.
Because I got excited about doing Skool, but I thought you're right. Maybe I should just.
I'm a licensed insurance agent myself. I work at USAA, and I've been for like 6.5 years, so I'm licensed in all the insurances. So what you say really kind of resonates, because you especially if you hold licensure, you have to know what you're talking about, and the way to monetize that is, for myself here in the US. One of the things I spoke to Mike about early on is I've been, in the community now for about 15 months. And one of the things that I was looking for was to monetize my insurance knowledge to meet a problem in the industry where people just don't know how insurance works. And they wonder why their rates are going up when they're not getting into accidents and tickets. And I'm sure yours is probably way more on a level higher than where I'm at, certainly. But the regulatory concerns, is what stops me there, because I feel like if when I put this information out, I have to take off the official hat, for a company that I represent, I would imagine you're on your own, right? You're a broker.
No, I can't. No, it's a fascinating conversation.
Hey, I just let's time out on this. You guys.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
But I like the,
Sorry,
but I like
sorry.
the,
Yeah.
Hijack.
but I
just
like
wanna
the
take
idea about
advantage
this
of the call.
one
I love
school.
you
So
guys.
I appreciate this.
Yeah. All right, X, what do you got?
Mike, I like the your idea about one too many, so that you optimize your time when you are on a webinar. So during the period of your course, how often do you recommend the webinar? A weekly webinar, a bi-weekly webinar, or a monthly webinar?
I
So
would
that
do
you
a
don't
week,
overwhelm.
I would do a
Right.
weekly workshop with your free community, like absolutely a free workshop every week. It's just people, just always remember this. People come to events. People come to events. If you set up an event and you promote it and you're telling them that you're going to talk about something they want for free, they will come. A majority will come. And of the majority that will come, a majority will get started if you make a great offer to them. But the offer has to be an offer that they can't refuse. And a lot of times what that means is you going over the top with what you're going to provide them with, right? So for instance, what I'm going to be doing, I just talked about it to Logan this morning. I really want to take advantage of this annual thing, because to me, the annual thing is, I like high ticket. In the core of my body, I love high ticket. And I love the fact that we can do annual now with the platform. And so what I really strongly suggest is have a nice, good core monthly price, and then do a great, like 30% off annual price. But what I'm going to be doing with our annual, which some of you should probably be pretty excited about, is if you go to annual, I'm going to starting at the beginning of the year, since we're kind of at the end of the year here. Every quarter, I'm going to have a free, or well, it's whoever is on annual, I'm going to do once a quarter. We're going to be doing an in-person event, a 2-day in-person event. I'm just going to do like a Saturday, Sunday, and I'll pick different locations around the world, and we will meet there, and it'll be a grand old time. We'll have the whole thing recorded, and only the people that are in annual are going to have access to the recordings and have access to actually come. And yeah, and it's going to be catered. I'll take care of you while we're there. It may be, hell, I don't know. We might do it here. We might do it at the new office. You might get to come to Great Kansas. We'll go feed a cow. No, we'll probably go to something cooler. But like, I love Kansas. It's flat.
Jet ski on the ice. Soon
Yeah, we can jet ski on the ice. But no, we can. You can do something really cool. Here's another thing for the people that go annual. You can give them like one call a month, like just those people get. You could do a live onboarding with them, and you always do group. Whenever I talk about doing something where when you're talking to somebody, or like when you're giving them a call or something like that, just always make it a group thing. People like to be together. They don't admit it. They'll say they don't, but they do. People like to be together in this room. People like to see the other people, even if you're not talking, even if whatever, it's good this way, right? And so what I encourage is make sure you're offering annual. It's just going to make you more money, because some people are going to take it because they're going to go, what? I want to do this, and I want a deal, and I want to be here, and I want to do this. Offer the annual, but then give them something really outlandish, like, hey, I'll give you 3 calls with me. I'll onboard you live. And then once a week, you can do a live onboarding for everybody. It's like a group onboarding once a week, right? And then you can say in your calls, in your messaging, in your emails, hey, if you join annual, you're going to get a live onboarding with me, or it could be somebody on your team, okay, if you have a team, but you're going to get a live onboarding with me, and you also get 2 extra calls. Now, here's what's cool about these 2 extra calls that you give them. Number one, you ask yourself, how can I get paid at an event? Or how can I get paid if I do a call with someone? Well, how you get paid is you can ask them to give you a little testimonial of how their experience was from the first call, or how it was here, how it was there. Any little review of them saying, man, I like the way it's set up. I love how you work with me. Anything like that. if you took somebody that had an incredible offer, right? Like their offer was just a no-brainer, but they had no testimonial, they had no reviews. Okay, they're still going to make sales. They're going to do all that. But then if you compared them against somebody that didn't have such a great offer, but they had 4,000 5-star reviews and they had all these testimonials, tons of proof, those people are going to kick butt over the cool offer people because there's proof, right? There's proof. So anytime you can get more and more proof is just the time that you're going to do better. You're just going to do more. So when you do these free calls, don't think of them as you're giving them these free calls. You're also getting annual payments. So you're making more money up front, which secures you longer, faster. Also, you are, do you want my phone too? Sure. Or is your phone good?
Your phone would be better.
Yeah. Where is my phone? I don't even know where my phone is.
I'll find it.
Okay. It's probably in the car.
I've been intrigued about annual offers. I mean, I see a lot of them in all the the various things that you buy. And so there's
Probably in the car. Probably stuck in
the concern that I've always had is
could be downstairs too. Sorry.
if some emergency or something should ever happen, like a contingency plan where a business, say what you're doing, or that line of product stops for some reason, or stops developing, or stops progressing, and your business doesn't make it a year. I've always had that bias in my head as to I have these visions of being sued and all these other things. How do you catastrophizing basically, because I did actually buy something once from someone where I did pay for an annual, but then the product got discontinued and I had no support. So I've always thought that monthly or quarterly prices were a bit better, because I had multiple out periods throughout the year where I just paid for what the time of my access period, like a month, a quarter, half a year, whatever. Is there any downside in your mind to annual offers specifically? Like, is there a qualification or a validation for your product or your service that where maybe annual is not a great idea?
If I'm offering annual, I've already made the decision to continue no matter what. The idea of being like taken out by something lawful, I mean, you should definitely be just, minding your P's and Q's anyway.
Right.
If something like that happens, I mean, you're up shit creek anyway.
Well, getting sick, I get sick, I go in the hospital, I die.
Well, if you die, I don't think it's anything to worry about.
Yeah, really true. Right.
You're not going to be too worried about it, but I wouldn't really worry about that stuff. I just wouldn't worry about that stuff. I would just, if you're going to do annual, frickin' let's go, and
Right.
as far as downside, I really don't, I think if anything, when you get an annual payment, it's going to push you even more anyway to stand up and salute, and make sure that you're getting what they want to them in that
That's
time.
very exciting. Right.
Here's the fail safe for everybody. You can do what I'm doing all day long with your people if you have zero course in there. I could effectively, if I wanted to, have nothing inside of the program, inside of the classrooms, outside of like maybe some resources, and I could just go live 3 times a day with everybody. Hey, when you join my program, I walk you through 3 times. I could say every day live, we walk through the course live every day. Monday, we go through step 1. Tuesday, we go through step 2. It could be 7 steps, and I just work on each step every day, and I just do it live. And then these are recorded and they go in there, and here's all the recordings about step 1. Here's all the recordings about step 2. And you can do things that way too. So you can always provide the value. The big thing that people are really, really wanting is they have this idea of like when they come in here, okay, for like when they join here, they want to know how to make and sell courses, period. So everything that I do has to facilitate that or help that happen in a better way, faster way. And that's it. It's so I think annual is just, if anything, it's a good thing for you too. It really, it pushes you, but it's a decent question. So what do you got going?
Mike, which one is a more effective CTA, a more effective closing? Click the link in the bio, or click the link below, or I see you inside. Which one of those three do you think is more effective, and which one do you recommend better?
I bet if you laid them all beside each other, it would be hard to tell which one works better than the other. I think they all work effective. I think it's what happens before the call to action that's the most important. It's like, are you, once you deliver the value and once you have it like really across, the good point across, whatever it is, if it's the content or whatever, if you do a great job there, you could say anything at the call to action. Just they need to know that what's the core goodness of doing the call to action. Like, where am I going? Why would I go there? That's just be real clear on where they're going. To make a call to action really, really good, you really want to explain what will happen. I noticed this in my ads, and I seen it as a dramatic difference. If I would just say, go here, hey, go grab the free training or whatever, that would do okay. It would still work. But when I would say, all right, so you're watching this video, you're watching this ad, what I want you to do is go grab this free training. Let me tell you what happens when you get there. When you click this button or when you click the link, you go to a page. You're going to see a page that's going to have a headline. There'll be some stuff on it. You click, you put your name and email in there, and then immediately on the next page, you will see the video training right there. And in that video training, you're also going to get emailed a PDF blueprint of this cheat sheet, whatever, because I always want them to go to their email. I want them to grab that email. That's how you really lay that out. And then in that training, you'll see about partway through, I really lay out the steps. That's a good call to action. The more detail and clarity you give them on the journey they're going to take from this thing here to where I'm wanting them to go, the more clarity you put in there, the better it's going to be, right? So when it comes to call to actions, what you do ahead of the call to action is really what's going to cause them to take action. And then when you do the call to action, be as clear as humanly possible when you're doing it. Like what they're going to get, take all anxieties away. Right? Take all anxieties away when you do.
Perfect, Mike. Understood. Clear and understood. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Yeah, good question. So I love, Sherry says A/B test. Yeah, testing. Nothing beats testing. Okay, did you guys want to see this image thing? I think it's really cool. Okay. So you got some on here, an image? Okay. So Logan's been taking pictures while I'm doing these. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'll do, we'll just do, let's see. No, these are great. These are freaking great. Okay, perfect. So let's do one like this one. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, so let me, and then you're getting some verticals too for like put on, do vertical too. Yeah, cool. All right, let me get this. I'm just going to put a quick edit on it. So I'm just using my phone's editing feature to like make it pop real quick. Just simple stuff. So it's clear. Okay. Okay, cool. These are awesome, by the way. Good job. So I'm going to share this to my computer real quick, and then I'll show you what you can do. Now, what's key is you should go into your, you can come over here. You go into your chat GPT. Actually, the way I would do it is I would go to Google Docs, and I would write in Google Docs everything that you're about, what your company does, what you do, what your goals are, everything, so that you're essentially, somebody's asking you, what do you got? What do you do? How do you help people, right? Who do you help? How do you help them? What's the everything, right? Even if it's sloppy, the machine will figure out the rest. Take that Google Doc, export it as a PDF. You just go up to File, Download As, and then you can choose PDF. Then go to your ChatGPT and upload the PDF into ChatGPT, and you can say to ChatGPT, store this PDF and information in the memory, and it'll store it in the memory. It'll automatically do it if you tell it to do it. And you can say, this is everything that I'm about. This is my business. This is everything. Okay. And then you can have that memory in there and it's educated. I've already done that with mine. Okay. Then you can take a picture, and let me share this. So here's the picture that Logan took. Okay. He's just been kind of, whoops. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. This out of the way. We'll go to ChatGPT here. Okay. Okay. So here's the image that Logan took. Let me pop it up. Okay. So, and then I just edited it on my phone. That's why it's all grainy because I kind of screwed it up, but it was kind of dark. So
Yeah. That's why I was looking very bad.
yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. It still look, I mean, it still freaking works. So you guys see what I got my computer on? This is my makeshift desk. It's a trash can with a piece of wood on top of it. High dollar stuff. So you take the image, and we're going to upload this into, and sometimes like the phone, you'll see here it's HEIC. It does this like, whatever the phone does, like this high def, whatever. Sometimes if it's it won't let you upload those HEIC files. So I'll just open it up in whatever, if you're using Mac, just open it up in preview, go up to file, export, and then just export it as a JPEG. Okay. And I'll just put, whoops, I'll put, okay, I guess you can, all righty.
Negative.
It's not, wait. All right, well, we'll just export it as that into downloads. Okay, so now it's a JPEG, so it's easy to use. So let's just say you took a random picture at your desk or whatever you're doing, okay? I'll tell you, it doesn't really truly matter what the picture is. It could be you standing, looking out a damn window like this, and you could be selling English, how to speak English. The point is, what we're about to create is what's going to be the hammer here that helps them understand like what's going on, okay? Because this is where it's really cool. It doesn't matter what you're doing, and I can prove that if you want. Like I could show you, like I could pretend that I sell English, and I could be doing this. I could be like looking out the window like this, and I could put it into ChatGPT, and I can tell it, hey, you know everything about my company. What would you put as a description on this post to make it appeal to my ideal customer? Which is what we're going to do. So I can say to it, I can either come up with a prompt myself, or I can ask it what to ask it. Okay, the classic move. So I can say, what should I ask you if I want you to create a inspiring description for an image that would appeal to my ideal audience and get them interested in what I sell at Make Once Pro? Okay, so I'm asking it first, what should I ask? So it says, if you want me to create an inspiring description for an image that appeals to your ideal audience and get them interested in what you offer at Make Once Pro, you could ask questions like this. So it gives me 4 different questions. I'm just going to say, can you turn that into a super prompt? Okay. So now what it'll do is it'll take that and it's just going to turn into one big prompt that I can ask it all at once. Okay, perfect. Got that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the image and then ask it this prompt. Okay. So I'm going to go down here to my attached file, upload from computer. I'm going to go to that image, this one right here, open. I'm going to take this prompt that it gave me, copy, stick it in here, and see what it does.
One question. Did you give him your Google Doc with all your information first?
Yes.
What you do and what you want, and he has it inside his brain.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
already put I've already educated ChatGPT on, yes. It's already in there, so that's why I didn't have to do it. Oh, it created an image. Oh, it's it. Okay. That's what it, here. I'm going to actually, what I want to do is I'm going to make this even more simple. I'm going to go to my personal account because it's even more educated, which I think is probably I need you to be able to log into that too, because that thing has deep education on me.
Yeah.
I'm going to upload this image again. Okay. And let's say I'm in a hurry. Okay. I got the image in there and I'm going to say, can you create a short description for a social media post using this image that would be inspiring and get the attention of my ideal customer and make them curious to check out Make Once Pro. So it'll take the image and watch what it does. It's so crazy. We were messing with this yesterday because I'm like, how am I going to get Logan to be able to post this stuff without me having to like tell him what to say all the time and do that, since he's like new to what I'm doing? It says building your dream business doesn't have to be complicated. With the right system, you can create once and scale infinitely. I'm here to show you how to escape the grind of one-to-one work and unlock the power of courses, group coaching, and memberships. Curious how it works? Dive into Make Once Pro and see how you can achieve more freedom and revenue, all while working smarter, not harder. Not bad. And I can say, can you make the post even more relatable to the image? So it really syncs up nice with the image. I wish I was able to say things smarter. Look, it says behind the scenes, laying out the blueprint for your next big move. Imagine creating something once that keeps working for you without the constant hustle. That's the power of systems, courses, and community. This is exactly what Make Once Pro is all about. This is good. Helping you scale your expertise, break free from the one-to-one grind, and build a business that works for you. Curious how it all comes together? Let's get to work. Really good. And it's like behind the scenes, they're getting to see like this. And you see how you could do this anywhere. Like, let me see. Do we have the other post that we did yesterday? I want to show you guys that too. I see you, Sherry. I think we might have it here though.
It's
Yeah,
just
look.
related to what you're doing, Mike.
Okay.
If you took a picture, or if you had Logan take a picture of you right now to show you with that desk on the trash can, then it could be your carousel for your second picture. And on your first picture, where like it's a great picture, and you just make sure you put an arrow on that first carousel. I'm thinking about LinkedIn, and it'll make them go, and then they'll be like, oh, like yeah. So he's just. I think it would be a great carousel kind of thing and it would show, because if he gets an angle where you can see the kitchen's under renovation a bit, you just kind of make your own little. I'm just saying it to you right now so that you could throw that picture in as well, that it could give you maybe some text to put on the screen for that one.
Dude, I love it. Thank you so much.
That was it.
That's
No
great. No,
problem.
that's great information. But you see what I love, how she's thinking about this. And she's the one that got me thinking about this, by the way. So thank you again. So on the carousels though, try to shoot those more vertical, because they like to be more square. Yeah. So you get like the whole thing. Yeah, that's so great. But that's what I mean. But you don't have to have a house under construction. You can just snap together anything and it'll do this. So yesterday, this is the one where I'm like setting out by the thing, right? He just took a random picture. I'm like setting there, uploading the thing, the day 11, right? And I said, describe this image. Yeah, this is what I said. Describe this image of Mike at makeonce.com so that we can use it for a social media post that would appeal to his ideal audience. What could we say in the post that would make them desire to do what is taught at Make Once Pro? It's an aspirational type post. So it came down here and it says, first it told me what the image was here. And then it said, check out this post that it did. And I actually posted this inside of YouTube. But it says, imagine running your business from wherever you choose, okay? Whether it's the backyard, so it could tell I was in the backyard, and see how it relates to it just a little bit, and it kind of makes sense out of it. I mean, I'm just sitting on my computer, but it's like, why are we not taking advantage of these little moments where you can help, get more people in your world, right? It's like, or a coffee shop or across the world. It's like, we're all about breaking free from the time for money grind, creating scalable income through digital you guys are good. You don't have to worry about it. Don't sweat. Courses, coaching, memberships, you name it, right? No more client. I mean, you see what it says, but to me, it's really cool that you can do that. Like you can take and let that, this is where I think the Chat GPT and all that stuff is a great tool, right? Because, and then I actually went in, I took the emojis out because I'm not like a big emoji type, but maybe it'd be good if, I don't know. I don't think it makes that big a difference, but I want to take this same kind of post here. And what I was telling Logan was, I was like, we could take, and I'm telling you this because you can think this way too. I was like, we could take like this right here, this prompt, and I could make him a Notion or a Google Doc where it's like called a company wiki, which is what like Matt Gray talks a lot about that. But you could do like a company wiki where it's just all the stuff about your company. And I was like, we could just have either a Google Doc that we keep updating or whatever, or something somewhere. And you could do this for yourself. And you could just have prompts that are ready to go that you can just copy and paste. And I want to copy and paste this one just to see how it does based off what we did yesterday for this other image, and see how it works on that image too. But do you see what I'm saying? So that would speed up your time. But if you consistently, you're like, okay, every day before I do anything else, I'm going to put up my 2-3 picture carousel or just one picture like I did yesterday. And you're going to put that up. That's going to add a lot to it. It at least will get more people in your algorithm and your feed. That way, when you're creating videos and posting the videos and doing that stuff, you're showing up, and like, it's just going to help you. And I think it brings more flavor to what you're doing. Like people get to, connect with you more, build that relationship more. So let me, I want to try this real quick.
Mike, quick question. Yeah. When you, I'm looking at it, it's pretty good. I really like it. I'm looking on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you add the hashtag under your post, or does it?
No, I didn't.
Does it really matter?
Was there a hashtag in it?
No, that's what I'm asking.
Well, see, Logan said something like that too, and I'm like, yeah, I think just adding like one solid core hashtag is better than just putting a bunch in there. I'm not a big hashtag person.
There is not one hashtag. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. No, I think what Logan said is the best. Like, what is the absolute best like hashtag you could use? I just don't think. I have two thoughts about hashtags. One, it looks like, to me, it's like you're trying too hard or something. I don't know. That's my first kind of like feeling about when I see a shitload of hashtags. I'm like, Jesus. And then the next thing I see is like, to me, it's like, what if I put a hashtag that I think is right, but it's not the one that like necessarily goes with it, and I'm categorizing this thing in something. It's like I'm choosing how to categorize it, and instead of letting just the machine see what it sees and let it categorize it, is kind of how I feel. So I don't know how to feel about it. I think it's, again, goes back to like what Sherry said, A/B test. But I'm going to paste this in here and just see what this does with the same prompt that we used yesterday. Okay, so let's see what this does. And you could do like, so that aspirational type post, you could do like, because there's these types of posts. Let me pull up what I had yesterday. Where are those? Did I have them up still? No. I think. No. Might be this. Yeah. Okay. Remember, I told you guys to screenshot this? Okay. So aspirational is like the yes, you can. I could switch it tomorrow, or later today even. I could say it's an actionable type post, and it's going to know, or analytical, or anthropological, right? And I think it'll adjust it, and we can test it right here and see. But yeah, let's see what it said here. So it made like a big ass post here. See, look at it. That's a lot to me. Like, I think I wouldn't read that. I mean, maybe I would if I was like on the other side of it, but it's like, are you still trading time for strike break free, time for any grind? Okay, it's time to leverage your expertise, build scalable. Let's see. In this session, it shows entrepreneurs how to transform their So it went a little different here. Ready to level up, DM or visit, start your journey, blah, blah, blah. I would say, can you make this less text and can you make it more relatable to the image?
Wouldn't this be good for a faceless ad or a short?
Yeah. You know, I think about like, you know, it's like, let's do a little test here just with you guys. Okay. How much more fun have you been having that we're going to the shed, we're in the house being worked on, you're seeing more of me, like you're seeing a different side of me. It connects you to me completely different than if it's just me with the black office background and I'm setting up my computer all the time, right? It's so much better. And this is something that I've learned recently in doing this that I wish I would have been doing earlier because it's a lot more fun for me too, right? I love being moved around and like Logan's helping me with it a lot because he's like seeing different things. And I knew this is what would happen, you know, with having somebody else to help. But I know we don't all have somebody to help, but we do if you really want to. You just have to include them. And I think that that's going to be something that can be very, very like, it will energize you. I have been, you guys can probably tell in my attitude since I've had Logan, how much more energized I am.
Oh,
It's
you're
different.
very much more energized. My God. I mean, you're when you're by yourself, you're in kind of teaching mode. So it's just kind of like, but you know, seeing you in all these other environments, what it sparks in me is I want to be in a house. I was in an apartment just about a few months ago when I came onto your radar, or you came onto mine. The first thought I have is he's in his own office doing his own business and doing his own thing. I want to be like Mike. I want to have a house. Now I have a house.
That's awesome.
So everything I've done, I want to be you. And so now I know it's clicked that the things I do, that in the places where I inhabit, the places where I am, I can do this from anywhere.
Yeah. And that was the big thing, you know, like I was like, oh, it's got to be super quiet, or, oh, I can't have other things going on because that's not, you know, the professional look that I want, or, you know, and then going and traveling and not having a choice was starting to break me out of that. And then when I got like the idea of like, okay, I want to have Logan. I've been thinking about bringing Logan in for years, but Logan's been doing stuff and living his life and all that stuff. And then like, I was like, man, you know, do you want to help? And he's like, hell yeah. And then I was like, okay, let's do this. It kind of was like, this is an opportunity to shift gears and just see. But I have been having so much more fun just being really authentic. I thought I was being authentic before, but this is like a different level. But then I was like, you know, if I seen this and I was on the other side, it would inspire me to want to do that too. And I can remember when I was doing one-to-one and I was doing done for you services, I literally would get calls every day like, hey, why isn't this post up? Or, hey, I thought you said we'd get more traffic, or can you come over and film today? I want to edit these images different. And I'd have like 10 or 15 people doing this, and they just always do it. You can do everything perfect and it's never their fault. It's always your fault, even if their stuff sucks. And it's like, I wanted out of that so bad because it was hair pulling. Like, and I mean, it's literally, I pulled all my hair out. Like it won't even come back anymore. So it is crazy how I wanted out of that so bad. And so when I see, that's literally what pushed me so hard. 2 courses was, 1, I couldn't scale. 2, I didn't want to have to be running around all the time to all these people at their beck and call and like have to go do all this stuff. Yes, it was great. It got me out of, you know, having to go work for somebody or whatever. But it was like, I started thinking about that. I'm like, I wouldn't have been inspired just looking at somebody with a black wall behind them. I would have gotten some education. I would have learned some things. But when I think about this for you guys, it's like, you can all do this too. We can all do this just because people need to connect with you. Thank you, Todd. People need to connect with you, right? And it's like, this is how they connect with you. Now, look at this. I said to the post, I said, can you create this a shorter description? And can you make it more image focused? And it says, this could be you. It says, Mike Gowans is teaching entrepreneurs. I wouldn't talk like that. I would change that part because that's not what I would say. Mike Gowans is teaching entrepreneurs how to escape the grind of trading time for money by building scalable online businesses. Imagine turning your expertise into digital products that sell while you sleep, courses, memberships, and group coaching programs that don't require you to be tied to your desk. See how cool that is? Like, it can see that, and then it can think about my ideal audience. It can think about what I offer, and then it can take that image and it can relate it to it, because I'm not good at being able to do that. I wouldn't be able to create what it just created here, but I can go in there, and when I post it, I can now make it look, or I can at least take from what it got me close to here, and I can kind of say it a little bit different the way I would say it, but now I know what I want to say. And if we just post like this is going to be an entry point, at least, to getting you into the people's feeds and being able to so when you do post your videos, you're gonna show up. You know, you're gonna have this different connection with them. And I mean, Corinne, you looked at that on YouTube, and it's a different feel. You know, it feels different. And I noticed that too. And I'm like, gosh, we can all do this. Like, I love seeing Charlie. I love seeing your behind the scenes there. It looks like an office to me. Like, I've been in that environment so many times. I can so relate to that, like everything. And, you know, I see the sound mat on the wall. I see, like, I even have a fan like that on my floor. Like, it's even the fan thing, dude. Like, I connect with that. And your people will, like, James, geez, you got so many little nooks and crannies you can shoot from. You know what I mean? Like, so many little different things. Yeah. Dude, I found a picture of me back in the day when I was living in Phoenix, way before, like, all of this. I had boxes holding up a broken countertop where you couldn't see it was a broken countertop. And I had this big old chunky, crappy laptop. And I'm like setting it on there. And I have like an old, like, Solo cup holding my pencils. Like, it was the most, like, it was trash. Like, I was literally using trash as a desk. I mean, I remember, like, sitting on buckets. I remember when I was like, when I went from, like, truck driving to starting to do the online courses stuff. I literally had this, like, you know, the pop-up leg tables, you know, the little, you buy them at, like, Walmart, whatever. It was brown and ripped, and my buddy had a candle he knocked over on it, and it, like, burnt the whole side of it. And it was like my table, and I had this, like, crappy folding chair. And, like, I'm telling you, but that was me. But in that picture, you see on the ground how to build websites. I had books, like, I always had books with me. I had to have, like, 4 book bags, because I was like, oh, these books. And I was not the studious kid. I was not the kid. I was a class clown athlete in high school. I got out with C's and B's, and I couldn't wait to get out. Okay. I was just, get me out of here. Okay. And I just, the only thing that saved me was I was kind of funny. I was a big guy, and I could play sports. That was the only thing that saved me from, like, being a complete, like, goober, right? Like, and as soon as I got out, I never read books. I never did, like, that stuff. I paid the smart girl in my school. I paid her. I was working roofing jobs, and I paid her to do my homework. I was, like, doing contracting in high school to get out of high school. and I just paid her, and I understood things, you know. But then I got out, and it was like, okay, probably should have paid attention in school, because these jobs that are at my disposal here aren't really that cool. And I was like, but I knew I wanted to do business. So I was like, whatever. And I got into sales. But then I was like, I discovered books. I was like, holy shit, that's what these are about? And I started reading books. Then it was like, I was trying to read a book a day on just business. And I took those books with me, because they were, like, literally, like, they were like my only chance. It was like, I got to master these books. And then I learned how important education was, which then led me all the way up to this point. Right. But then I had a shitty desk. I was up against a wall, literally. and like, everything sucked. Like, I was broke as shit. And I had to think about buying a book. I was like, okay, I can buy this book, or I can get, like, Chipotle or a burrito or something, you know, or gas in my car. And I was like, okay, well, probably get the book, right? We'll figure, maybe I can zip over to mom's house and steal some of her like food, you know? And so it was crazy. But you look on the ground and it was like all these books, how to do websites, how to do marketing, how to create content, all this stuff. And it's like, all of that leads to now where it's crazy. It's crazy. And you don't even see it happening. Like, I can't even believe that I'm doing this right now in this house. It's crazy. Like, but when you post like that and you show this stuff, you might think, well, yeah, but Mike, I'm in the brand new. I'm just trying this. I'm just starting out. Who's going to want to look at this? Everybody. Because everybody else is doing nobody can copy that because it's you. They would have to wear a you suit and do exactly what you're doing in that location to be you. And that's why I like this. You're not bragging. You're not showing off. You're showing them the outcome. You're showing them what you're doing. You're showing them how it works. And you should be like proud of that. Like, Rainer, I think about you. You should be this moment in time that you're in where you're like, oh, my bed's here and all this stuff. That shit is like the best stuff right now. This is everything that you don't realize it is. And I have so many of those pictures. The one thing I have done is I've done a decent job of taking pictures of all these moments because I knew I could look back and be like, damn, that's crazy. You were sleeping in a warehouse for like 2 years. I slept under my desk. In the morning, we created a shower. We didn't have a shower in the warehouse, right? And we went to Lowe's and bought a pan, a big ass like floor pan, and drilled a hole in it and put a drain in it to a garden hose that we put out the front door, and we had to have it up a little bit so it would actually drain down the hose. So we got cinder block. This every morning, my buddy and I, while we were trying to make it, did this. We showered. I stood on 4 cinder blocks on a pan with a hose drain, and I had made a thing that hooked to the faucet inside of the lobby, and we put a shower curtain thing that we had to stick. We'd have to wake up like an hour and a half early so him and I could shower. And you would shower. The only hot water heater we had was this little hot water heater under the sink that would be in like an office, right? Because they don't put humongous hot water heaters in there. So I would soap up, shut the water off, soap up, rinse off real quick, shut the water off so we could both share the hot water. People would come into the lobby and they'd be like, God, it smells so good in here. It's like, it smells like somebody just, they're like, what kind of smell stuff is that? It's like our, Old Spice, whatever we were using. And there was like the potpourri for the room, and then people would come in, and I had a desk in my office because all of our money went to the office. All of our money went to that. We spent nothing on anything else. We were like, we're going to make this work. We're going to live in the warehouse. No cost, nothing at all. And every dollar went into paying the rent. Every dollar went into getting another computer. Another dollar went into getting another desk. And you would come into my office and it looked like I had these files and all this shit. And if you opened any door, it was socks and underwear and like pants. And then under my desk that they couldn't see, I had a sleeping bag and a pillow because at night I would sleep in my office and I loved it. I loved every freaking minute of it. I was like, this is great. Now, I don't need to do any of that shit.
Right now in the field where we did exactly that. Makeshift showers, had to dig holes for latrines, bathrooms in the wild, all of that. Yeah, I'm all about that.
And I loved every minute of it because I knew where I was going. I knew what I was doing. And those are the things that we need to be sharing that we're not sharing. I need to be doing it too. Right? And it's like this moment that you're in now is the best intellectual property that you have. This that you have now.
Make a hell of a carousel.
A hell of a carousel. You could be making all the time, or a video. You can make a video talking about where you're at. You think it doesn't inspire them? It is the stuff that inspires them. It is the stuff that makes them take action. They're like, he's doing it, I'm coming with him. Or she's doing it this way, I'm going with her. And it doesn't matter if you're doing what I'm doing, or if you're doing what Anita's doing, okay? Or if you're doing what, you know, James is doing, or Sherry, or anybody. It doesn't matter what you're doing. What matters is they are actually getting to know who you are, and you're not ashamed to show where you are and what you're doing. That's the stuff that, like, I wish if I could go back, I wish I did a way better job of that. I told you already, my biggest mistake that I've made in business is not being more
Vulnerable.
working more on the personal brand and showing more behind the scenes. Michelle is she's amazing at it. And I'm like, how do you, like, because when I thought about it, I'm like, I don't want to take all these pictures. Like, you know, that was just, I was being lazy minded. I was like, I don't want to take all these pictures. Nobody cares about me being out here doing this. And she sees it though. She gets it. And she's always done this since I met her, before we were doing really, really good, all that stuff in network marketing. The reason why she crushed it is she would show what she's doing. She would show, oh, look, I can do this from sitting over here at this coffee table, or out here by these trees, or whatever, right? I remember being on my kayak, and I would literally have my computer on my kayak. And this is when I was selling the martial arts stuff. And I was on my kayak. Michelle was with me. She's paddling beside me because that was our workout in the morning. And I did 2 phone calls on my kayak with my computer, and made like $11,600 while I was kayaking. And I was like, this would be an awesome image. I didn't take the picture. Because nothing beats just seeing it. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Okay. So all I'm trying to get at with you is, we're completely overthinking simple things that we can do that connects us to people in ways that we can't imagine. And all it is, here, this is the crazy. You don't have to plan it. You don't have to understand what to say, because ChatGPT will help you with that. But you don't even have to, like, it can be anything. You could just be standing in your backyard. You can be standing in your kitchen and ask ChatGPT to relate it to what you're selling, what you're doing. And people are they're going to connect with that. They're going to connect with that. I've done a gazillion funnels, but I want to know I am doing your exact funnel design, keeping it simple. What's up? Is Charlie still here? Yeah, Charlie, what's up, brother?
I'm just letting you know that I'm following. I'm not deviating. I'm not going to be one of these assholes that doesn't take your advice because you've done it for so long. And even though I've done it, I'm building it out right now. I do have questions about what you put in your button text and things like that you think will be more effective and all and stuff. But I'm literally going to be launching it today.
Hell yeah.
And so I'm building it right now while we're sitting here listening to you. So
perfect.
But anyway,
I can tell you this: the best button color I've ever used is Amazon's yellow button color. Okay. And red. Those 2 button colors. I usually do, like, if it's a pop-up, I'll do a yellow or some other color, and then I'll do the pop-up I always use the yellow for one of them. And it's not, I'm not even a big fan of yellow, but for some odd reason, and we're talking about, like, very, very, these don't matter. You can make it any color. Okay. Again, it's all about what happens before they get to the button. But as far as the funnel, I have never, ever yet to this day, even when I was doing the agency stuff, I've never done a funnel that outperformed headline, subheadline, picture of it, some bullet points, and a button. I've never had anything outdo it.
Yeah.
If you look at Skool's examples of their about page, they've taken it from the highest converting pages out there, and literally you see that it's just some text, the video, string of some images. I think the Skool Games about page is flawless. I think that their about page is the best. I think Matt Perzon or whatever he is, I think he does an incredible job. I think that, but I think Skool, I love Hermosi's new VSL video that he's got on his about page. I think it's on the Skool Games about page. It's a great video. But I'll tell you something else. You can be the most raw you ever, with no editing, I'm just being completely like clear with you. Okay. I don't want you to ever think you have to like put on anything. You are enough just the way you are. You being you and caring and giving a crap is what matters. And if you created a video of you just sitting there talking about what you do just from your heart without thinking about structures and frameworks and hooks and whatever, you will pull people in and get them, because people want to be with people that are going somewhere, right? People want to be with people that are excited about helping that person in whatever the capacity it is. That's what really matters. And you're so well to just do that and care and just know that I will get them the answer. I will get them the help they need. I will be there for them and they will feel that. Right. And one of the best things that you can do to get yourself in that kind of like zone is just set yourself up to go live every day to your own people like I'm doing. It fires you up. It fires me up. I love it.
Yeah, I did my second workshop this week. I'm not doing it every day like you, but you know, just the questions, getting the response back of the progress that they made for the week and stuff like that. It's high energy.
Mm-hmm. There's something magical that happens when you try to produce value. There's something magical that happens when you go to help somebody else. I think Zig Ziglar freaking nailed it. If you help everybody else solve their problems, your problems go away. And you won't even notice it happening. You will wake up one day in a house being renovated on a lake, looking at a computer on a trash can and going, how in the hell did I even get here? And you will not even, you'll have, I mean, I can't, when I look in my garage and we have a Porsche and a BMW and a Jeep and a jet ski and an $800,000 house paid for in cash, and we don't owe anybody anything. And I'm looking to buy like land and build like storage units on, and I was like, I put $100,000 cash in Logan's hand yesterday, and I was like, look at this shit. And he was like, whoa. And it was just like, I'm like, am I alive? Like, am I dreaming? Like, what is this? And I didn't, you won't even realize how you got there. But the only thing that I kept current was I gave a shit about helping you. Like, that was it. And I just kept showing up, and I do it all wrong too. My About page in Skool sucks. My emails are not the way I want them to be. My content is not the way I want it to be. But I show up in here more than anything. Like, this is my place. And if you do that, it'll just, you won't even realize it's happening. You will be adjusting with it. And it's like Brandon has seen the whole thing. Like, Brandon knew me when I was freaking nothing. I still feel like nothing. That never goes away. But I just feel excited, like helping. It's cool. And if you lean into it and just enjoy the process, and like, you're gonna love it. Like, it's just literally caring. And being, what I love about it more and more, like, that unlocks daily is, like, I was trying too hard myself. Like, I was trying to make it perfect. I was trying to make it look like flawless, or trying to make it look like this. And I wasn't trying to do it to deceive anybody. I wasn't trying to do it to, like, I thought that that's what I wanted, was the, not this behind me. Like, before I wouldn't have showed this. Now I think it's cool. I'm like, this is the stuff that actually would have inspired you, Mike. And I was missing it. I was like missing it all along. I was like, oh, moron. But thankfully, I've got so many pictures I'm going to be giving Logan to, just like, my phone is just full of insane stuff. Because when I go on vacation, I'm just taking pictures for Mike, because I want to keep them, because I have this like imaginary thought in my head that I'm going to be like 80 or 90 years old, and I'm going to be like dying from something because I'm just old. And I'm going to be able to sit there and look through all my pictures and be like, oh, that was fun. You know, like morphine, you know, like, like whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but I just have this like, this sensation of like doing that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Mike, that was the stuff that you should have been posting. Right. And I just want you guys to know that that's like the stuff. That is it. That is the stuff. And you can just use pictures. You can use, look, Brandon. Oh, I remember. Yeah. I mean, it is just, and if you ask Brandon, honestly, because he's came over many times and like sat beside me, I just do this shit. Like, I just care about it. I just do it. I just wake up and I do it. I mean, it's just what I do. If I'm not doing this, it's like Michelle yesterday. Where were we? Were we in here? She was right here, wasn't she? Or where was she? I was like trying to talk to her. She's like, no, I'm working right now. She was just, yeah, Chelsea's office. So yesterday, Michelle's on the floor laying flooring with Chelsea, which is her daughter, in the salon. They were putting the flooring in the back room. Michelle loves doing like yard work and flooring, and just, that's her like painting. That's like me going and playing basketball to like release or whatever, right? So she's doing that, and she stops for a moment doing the flooring, and she's on her phone, and she's like, and I'm trying to tell her like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm going to go back to the other house and do this stuff. She's like, stop. I can't talk to you right now. I got to, not in a rude way, but she was just like, I'm working right now. And she got up, and in the cracks of life, she's putting in a post. She's like, oh wait, this is an opportunity that I can show somebody that what's possible. And we didn't even know it was possible. Like, this doesn't even feel real to me. And yet this is the third lake house. You know, you're not going to just, you're not going to, at least me, and Michelle's the same way. Like, it doesn't feel, you have these moments where you're like, whoa, this is extremely badass. Like, I can just go get what I want, or I can get the color I want, or I can get it. If that one breaks, I'll get another one, and I don't have to trip. I don't have to stress. You have those moments. Like today, me and Logan, we went and dropped like $500. We bought brand new shoes. I bought him like a $200 backpack, got him one of these bottles. So we're just like the little twin brother backpack boys, right? And like, you know, it felt that shit feels good. Before, spending $500 on 2 pairs of shoes and a book bag and in a water bottle would be like, you are stupid. That's insane. I would never do it. Like, what? And I still, to this day, like I'm like, should I do that? You know, you feel this like stuff, but it doesn't go away. It just, but you're like grateful. And then it makes you want to work harder. Like, as soon as we got done with that, I was like, dude, I want to make 25 grand between now and the end of September. I just want to make that goal. I want to get a goal of like getting him a car. I can go get him a car right now, today, right now. We could leave in an hour right now and go get him a brand new car. But I'd rather him and I get a car doing this. And you got to set those kind of goals too. It will fire you up. And I know it's hard when you're like setting in you're like in a different zone. Like, I know what that feeling is. I can remember being in the warehouse. I'm like, God, I hope this shit works. Because I literally like, I shut out everything. I'm like, I hope this works, so I don't like look like a complete idiot. And I couldn't stand the idea of like getting to the end of my life and not like getting free or whatever. That shit drives me crazy. Like, I have these bucket list items, and whatever they are, I can't imagine not like getting the full potential out. I know it doesn't matter. I'll be happy no matter what. I was happy when I was dead broke. I'm a happy guy. I'm happy that I was born. Like, I'm happy. I am. Like, I could not be born. Like, I could not do any of this shit. This is amazing that I'm doing any of this. Walking down the street is amazing to me. Like, I'm on Earth. Like, this is crazy. I'm not a tree, you know? Like, I became this thing, right? And it's like, you did too. And if you just like get excited, the magic trick is if you help everybody else get what they want, you don't have to worry about what you want. It's there. It just shows up. And even if you're in that spot right now where you're not, where you're broke too, and you're not free yet, and you're still doing that stuff, I just encourage you to like, I just encourage you to like focus on helping other people when you're in that moment. Because if you think about your stuff and where you're at, you'll get shitty. You'll be like, you start compounding on top, because that's what we do. That's what humans do. It's a protection thing, right? It's a protection thing. We do this. It's just a human attribute. Unfortunately, it's a survival thing. We look at the worst case scenarios so that we don't, safety, worst case scenario. Just think when you're in that moment and you're feeling like shit or depressy or whatever, like, wait, I'm thinking about myself instead of somebody else. I'm thinking about me instead of trying to help somebody. And then just like, how can I help them? I don't know. Maybe I could do a post. Maybe I could do a video. Maybe I could do go live and do a webinar. Maybe I could just, go comment on something and be helpful. And it gets you out of that thing. And then if you start making that a habit, pretty soon you're like, your living situation changes. Oh, I can't do my VSL. I'm not ready yet. I seen people down in the comments on those, on the challenges. They're like, oh, I'm getting ready to do the, like I showed how to get reviews, do like the 10-day like course thing live and then get reviews. Some people are putting it off till October. I'm like, why wouldn't you do it tomorrow? Well, I got to get ready for it. What do you mean? Just do it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing bad is going to happen. Like Charlie's like, launching today. I'm doing it. I did my lead magnet. Now, you can do the same thing from where you're at, because done and having it done is better than having nothing. And you can always go back and make it better. What's up, Kareen?
So I got two questions. The one you make on YouTube, if you wanted to add another picture, you have a different description, or it's like one description and different pictures?
I believe it's one description, and then I could have uploaded, I think, 5 pictures.
So it's gonna be the same description you just uploaded. Imagine running your business from everywhere, and then you gotta
I believe so.
Different pictures. Okay, so it's not like each picture you're gonna have a text on the screen and said something.
No, I don't. Well, so I think there's 2 ways you can do it. If I put a description up in like the description area, I believe that description stays as you swipe through the images. So you see that. But another way that we can do it, another way that we're going to try doing it too, is we could make the picture a little darker and put like bright text on it. So it's like, the thing about that I see people do with text is you make the text hard to read because it's not high contrast, right? And so what you want to do is figure out a way to make your picture, Hermosi does an example, and a lot of people do this, where they'll put like the white box and then they'll put the text in that, and then they'll put that over the top of the picture, because it's not really, they don't really ultimately care, about like, you per se, right? They're just, but they do, but what I'm saying is they care more about like, what's the message, and the image should just help them connect to you.
Okay.
I think that it just stays.
Okay.
And then you can put multiple images, but I really like YouTube because it does long, short, and the community post tab thing. And I go to YouTube to learn things. Like I do myself all the time, and it's like, that's the people I'm looking for. TikTok. and it's TikTok. That's about all I can say about TikTok. It's got its own little thing, but TikTok is very fertile. There is a lot of, I mean, it works. TikTok freaking works.
I want to
my-
make a plug
my-
real quick because I am major ADD mind. This is a plot note. You see these on the TikTok shop?
What is
And
this?
the plot note. This is a ChatGPT voice transcriber. I put this as a little magnet. I put it on the back of my phone like that, and I take your videos. I let it sit there, and what I do is I go into the I don't know if you can see it, but the app, and I can actually transcribe everything you're saying, and from a live or from a recording. Wow. And then even if I'm tired or if I'm not like understanding a concept or something, then I have the built-in features of this little thing right here, which I paid about $159 for on TikTok Shop. Basically transcribes and summarizes everything that Mike says. Wow, and it gives it to me in bite-sized pieces that I can understand. And then I feed this into ChatGPT to do a lot of this stuff.
Dude, you know one thing that I just took from you when you said that, although that on top of that being a really cool like tool, is did you hear what he said? He said, I take everything you're saying and I have it summarize it for me. So what does that mean? It means give me the most simple, compact version of it. I don't need all the modules. I don't need all this extra. I just need the summary, and I need the main point. And if just I'm the same way. I'll watch a YouTube video. I'm like, just get to it. I don't need the other part. And every time I do that, I'm like, Mike, remember that when you're creating your own stuff. Because that's a better experience for people. Yeah, agreed, Tim. Like it is. And it's hard to do because you're trying to articulate, you're trying to like, you think you're, but I love that tool because you know what you could do with that? You could do that to yourself. You could tell the whole thing as you want and summarize your own thing. That's your post. That's the way. Like it's that kind of thinking,
right? Do a card video, and then I go back to the audio recording, and then I can say summarize this, and then that could become a pocket coaching.
Beautiful, great. What's up, Corinne?
So my second question is, what I'm doing with Michelle, I wanna for the next 3 days I wanna offer something on my live, and I wanna ask your opinion. I realize a lot of people need like the motivation kind of one-on-one coaching kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So in order for them to sign up, do you think I should offer like 30 minutes, like one-on-one kind of coaching? If they have a question about the business, show them maybe behind the scene for those who sign up until, let's say, Sunday at midnight. Just for sign up, because they do get the PDF, but I feel like I want to bring something more, and the like one-on-one with me gonna be kind of like more valuable. Maybe
you could do the one-on-one, but what I would tell them, this is the way I would structure it, because we want to be efficient, and it doesn't matter what I'm about to say. So I 1000% agree with what you want to do. But here's how I would structure it. If you join, you get 3 live coaching calls with me. But you do that live coaching call every Thursday, and it's like this.
Wait, say that again. So it's a group. It's a group.
It's always group. It works better in a group, and here's why. I've learned a lot from all of you today. And everybody learned from Todd today with his thing. Everybody learned, what James talked. Everybody learned from everybody today. And that's more valuable than just me and Todd sitting here talking. We can't get to a place, me and Todd, that we can get to here. And so, but all they hear is they get 3 live coaching calls with you. 100%, Tim. 3 live coaching calls with you. That's what they hear. And then you structure it. So every Thursday at 1 o'clock, you do the coaching call, and then everybody gets on and you can do what I'm doing here. And they will love that even more. But it sounds like just like this coaching call, right? And it's, you say live coaching call with me.
Yeah. And how long do you think I should just, I mean, we can go with you for like 4 hours and
yeah, it goes forever. I mean,
yeah.
I think most people can lock in for, 30, 45 minutes an hour. Like most people can, right? They'll make it happen. Most people will make it happen. What's
so
up?
let's say I'm about to do the CTA. I'm gonna do it like a few times during my life. So if you sign up today, you get 3 live coaching with me every Thursday, something like that.
Well, I wouldn't even say, I would say, and you can jump on a lot. Yeah, let's see. I wouldn't say Thursday because you don't want to lock yourself into that or whatever. You just say the moment you get started, you can get on a live coaching call with me, the next live coaching call with me right away. Like,
and this offer available until you always said to put a time so they know they need to sign up.
Always do limited. Yeah.
Okay, that's one of the things that okay. Another thing that I realized that the community is growing, and I don't know how much Michelle can handle. So at some point, I want to offer like whoever purchased through me, I want to open a community or group. I haven't thought about that far. Like you pay like 50 or some amount, and they get everything that I'm teaching, like what you're teaching, and everything from my personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Should I start to offer that?
Why not? Why not?
I haven't structured that yet with the like.
That's where you can do your live calls. That's where the calendar can be. That's where you can do those coaching calls. I think, listen, you're never, ever, ever, ever going to go backwards or in the wrong direction having a community.
Yeah.
Nothing is stronger than community. Nothing is stronger than community, especially a connected community. They will go to bat. Like if I caught somebody messing with you guys, I would beat their ass. Like it's just that. Like I would. Like, and then it's this way, it's protective, and like you learn so much. I learned so much from you guys all the time. Like it's such a great thing for you. It's absolutely, and it's more value for them. 100% I would do it. 100%.
Thank you. Okay.
What's up, Sherry?
I didn't seem to find the carousel that you created and you put it on YouTube, you said?
Yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel and click on community.
On community. Okay. So I didn't even know there was a tab for that. I don't see it.
And you don't have to, if you go to my channel, it'll just be like down there where the videos, playlists, all that stuff is. But when you post on it, they don't have to go click on community to see it. It'll just come into their feed.
Am I on Mike Gowans or am I on Make Once?
You want to go to, I'm pretty sure, just type in Mike Gowans.
Which I've got you, but then I don't have
this profile picture right here. See this?
Yeah, I got that, but then I just see, like I clicked on latest to see if it would come up. And I'm like, okay, where am I missing it?
Hers. Let me, here, I'll share it.
Yeah. Sherry, do you see it's like his name?
Yeah, I don't see that at all.
Yeah, let me see.
That's why I'm wondering like what am I missing a whole part of YouTube that I don't even know about?
I go to YouTube, if I click on my channel, and then do you see this community tab here?
No, like when I'm on your channel. Oh, now, okay, now it's showing up for me. That I just needed you to show me.
Okay, cool.
And then for Corinne, I was going to mention to you that if you record, just make sure you record every single training session that you do. And you could actually lock them within Skool so that when people are in your paid part, they can get access to all your past training that you've done with people as well. But I do see a lot of people. I've been in the community, in Michelle's community, for over a year. And a lot of people have their own communities. There's one lady in her 70s I don't know if you've seen her yet, Christine, but she set up one and she just focuses on her community, on you building LinkedIn. That is her main focus. So if you have like a niche that you just want to focus on, or one platform, not to go all into what Michelle does, you can just focus on one thing that you think, which would maybe be mindset. I know a lot of people are doing that, but I'm sure there's something else you've got hidden that you haven't shared with all of us that you're good at, that you could just make that your focus in that part to be your seller. But the big thing too is if you're doing it like if you're wanting to hit by the end of September, now till the end of September, I'm only taking 5 people or just something like that, is something I've seen that really works well.
That's excellent.
And always.
Thank you so much. That helps. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, super good. Super good. And always do lower numbers. I was always like, oh, I'm opening up to 100. Like for some odd reason, I thought that made it like better or something. You can always be like, wow, those 5 spots filled up really fast. We're going to go ahead and open up like 5 more. It's better to do it that way, to go be low and be like, because then you can say, whoa, those filled up really fast. Like if they do, right? Don't say it if they don't.
I just thought about another question. Affiliate marketing email, like, you have all your affiliates that you want to promote.
Yep.
Do you have any template that, like, are you gonna like sharing? Like for me, I have the Let's Go app. It's a journal affirmation in one place on my app. So should I share like a little bit of like the benefit, like you always said, or like, do you have any template I need to follow? Because I don't want it to be long email, and I just want them to see exactly what's the benefit of it, and they should get it. And
Yeah, so what I do with the affiliate thing is I just use it, and then I just talk about it. I just talk about it and show the value of it. And I don't like intentionally try to like do affiliate marketing. I just do like authentic affiliate marketing, I guess, because I'm just like, I use Skool, I use System, I use these things, and that's what I suggest using, and because I'm using them, and that's just how I do it. And then they go check it out.
So, but you talk about it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about to create like a newsletter that I want to send every Sunday.
Just include
Like,
it. Just say, if you guys, you could just say, here's the tools I use, and you could just list it.
Okay,
Have the
because I
link in
have
there.
books and I have all kind of, okay. So
Yeah.
just make it simple, like not
Simple.
like, okay.
Yeah. I was going to mention, that's what I did on my other business. On the very bottom, I put the little PS. If you want to know, like, here's some other things that I did to get started. Here's my tools. That way you never mention it, but anytime they want to know, they're always going to click it, and it goes out every email. So even if it's not tied to the subject, on the bottom of the email, here's what I have. Here's my 3 offers. Here's my lead magnet, or whatever you want to put down there. And they always go to it. So that's how I sold a lot of stuff, is just random emails and my affiliate link on the bottom that points them. And then I put my affiliate disclosure and stuff like that on the page that they got it from.
So I don't want to overwhelm them with so many links. So how many I should add like in the newsletter?
I wouldn't worry about that. You could add 50. Don't worry about that. They don't care. Like, people just want if you go to YouTube, a lot of times, these people that create like amazing video YouTubes, like they make, like they're got lighting, they just get crazy. Like, it's so good. You'll down below in the description, you'll see like, here's all the stuff I use. And it's like,
yeah, I have like, I don't know how many on my
yeah,
YouTube.
it's good. Just put it all in there, dude. This is what I mean. And you're doing nothing wrong. Like, I love it. Okay. Like, you're doing nothing wrong, but these are the little things. And we all do this. I do this, but these are the little things where we like overthink instead of just like, this is me. Here it is. We got to remember something, like, we are enough, and what we're doing and the way we're doing it is enough. As long as it's working for you, it will work for someone else maybe. And you being yourself, whether you're quiet and reserved, or you're like me, where you're like, okay, like whatever it is, people will love you for that. They will. You got to give them a chance to love you. You got to get out there. You got to be yourself. It doesn't matter your weird stuff. It doesn't matter how you talk, or like the oohs and the ums and it doesn't matter. What matters is they can sense that you are there for them, you care, and you're going to try your ass off to give them what you said and do the best you can. Because even the biggest companies in the world fail all the time with products and how they deliver things. And I don't know, they had to recall all the cyber trucks. You know, they had to recall the Teslas. I had a Lexus one time and it was the best one and all this shit. And they had to recall all these parts and pieces. Like, but I know that but they meant well on it. They're like, they made up for it. And I just want you to know, like, you are enough. And you're just overthinking these things, and you don't need to. Just just put them down there and do it. You're not going to do wrong. If you're consistent, that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
You could do the video for, like, I follow a guy named I think his name is Matt Moore. He does technology in the AI space. And he has a website where he puts all of the links. So he'll do a video. He'll do like what's new in AI this week. And then he'll do the bottom line up front, what they call the bluff, right? Bottom line up front. And he'll do 10 segments, 20-minute video, maybe about that, but he'll do 10 segments. He'll put all of the links in the show notes of the video. But if you subscribe to his newsletter, that newsletter has the link back to his website where all the whole list of all the legacy links are, and then it just grows as he discovers, and that thing becomes more and more valuable with every installment.
And there's no better money than affiliate money. It's the best money there is. Period. I mean, when I get my little notification of my affiliate money, I'm just like, it makes me just happy. I'm just like, so like I'm constantly getting, like, from Skool, just all these emails. It's like, oh, you made $39. I'm just like, I love it. Month after month. It's just so great. So always be sharing what you're doing. And just know that what you are doing and how you are doing it, the way you are doing it, that's your content. You are the content. You don't have to think about the content. You are it. What you do is the content. You're either sharing it or you're not. And I'm taking my own advice here because I didn't do it the way I should have. But this is called learning. So,
well, that's how you went from Build Lab to Make Once Pro, and I mean the night and day difference, Mike. Amazingly enough, I mean, it's just look, feel, power, just the font size, the just very simple, clean layouts. It just kind of fills you, not with a lot of, not that you did this before, but doesn't fill you with emojis and pictures and bright colors and all these things. Just bold statements, clean presentation, and simple, laid out, well thought out, well informed content.
And my mentality has always been, I don't know where I got this from, but my design sense has always been, make the color in the room the pictures or something. Like, make everything white and then put the picture on the wall. That's the color. I don't know. I've just always been that way. Or make everything black and then there's this thing that is the standout thing. And I think for me, I'm very ADD. Like, I'm very spastic. I'm very excited all the time. I'm like I'm never sitting still. Like, but when I do finally sit still, I'm gone. Like, I'm out. Like, once I finally unwind, I'm done. Like, I'll pass out. So my mom's like, you're always all or nothing. But if you think about it, it's like, how can I make this so digestible? How can I make this so simple that it's like, you can't mess it up? And I remember, I'll never forget this story that, and we'll kind of like wrap it up here. I'll never forget this story when Apple was talking about how they were trying to design like the iPhone and the iPad and like all these things, because all these other devices have all these buttons on them and all this stuff. And what they did was they took their first version of the iPad or whatever it was, and they went to like these Aboriginal tribes that have like never used electricity. They've never nothing, right? Like they're literally wearing like, you know, hide and like, you know, Aborigines. And they took them out there and they handed the iPads to the little kids and they just observed how they figured it out. And like, they're like, oh, they keep doing this with it. Like they want to do this with it. And so that they would put these buttons in certain places. And even they made it so simple that they could figure it out without any instructions. And that's how I make my landing pages. That's how I like try to make things, the emails, like all things go to one place. You know, there's no like fork in the road. And if you eliminate, you know, the best system is no system, because a system contains variables. The moment you have a system, you have 1 and 2. You have something and something else. The best system is no system. So I just like simplification. And like I remember Einstein. I read a bunch of Einstein books because I was like, I'll just study the smartest guy and then I'll be smart or something. I was like studying relativity and I'm like, I am a complete moron. Like it took me forever. And like all this stuff. But anyway, what he always said was, he goes, in most cases, all problems are solved by removing things. And that always just stuck with me. I'm like, just if the landing page isn't working, I'm like, what can I take off of it? Frank Kern always did this too. He's like, I'd have this amazing, long, beautiful, copyrighted, you know, because he's an amazing copywriter and everything. He goes, most of the time I'd get to my landing pages and he goes, the damn best ones just had a headline and a button. And he's like, and still to this day, he's kind of like that. It's just like, and he's very straight to the fact. And I know he's a lot like me. Like he's kind of spastic and, you know, over simple. And like, we're kind of like, you know, whatever. He's from Mike in Georgia, you know, like, I don't know if it's just this farmer shit. I don't know what, you know, on the farm, there is no fancy. It's like what works and that's it. Everything else is not here, right? Everything's hung up, you know, well, you got done using the shovel, you clean it off so it lasts a long time, you know, like everything's, you know, it's like, and then my grandpa's from the he was a military guy on top of that. So everything was just like, you know, super organized and like super simple. And it was all about functionality and usefulness. And I think it's a great way to be, because, and then with design, to me, it's like just simple. This is why I wear just shirts with nothing on them, because I get too like, I'm like, do I want to do this or this? But maybe that's not going to come across the right way. I'm like, I'm wasting all this time and mental willpower on trying to decide on a shirt. And I'm just like, black goes with everything, you know, that's it. It's simple. So it's just things like that. And I think if you keep your system like that, it's easier for you to optimize it. It's more fun for you to like worry about the things that really matter, which is like, to me, the design and the color comes in these moments when you're talking, when you're helping, when you're educating. This is the oomph of the stuff, right? And yeah, I really think you're going to be completely shocked. And those of you that are already winning and you're moving down the road with it, and I know many of you, like, you're just, if you're not there, you're just probably just stalling. And let me tell you something, the comfort zone is very sneaky. Very, very sneaky fella. Okay. This thing it is the most sneaky, stealthy thing you've ever messed with. You will have this little voice in your head telling you that, well, I want to make sure that it's, you know, and no, maybe I should, you know what, that makes sense. I should, you know, do that and hold. Yeah. That's the comfort zone tricking you. It does this. It does this. And so the only thing that, for those of you that are doing it though, that are winning, just understand that, like, when you start succeeding, or as you start succeeding, whatever, you're gonna at some point in the future, when it's like really rolling for you, because you're not gonna quit. Okay, I'll be very upset with you. I'll be disappointed. I will scream and yell at you, in a happy way. Okay. Like your mother would or something. Father, I guess. So what I'm saying is you're going to find out that it was the most stupid, simple thing ever. And you just were, overthinking it. It's just making an offer. It's just making a video, and it's just being consistent with that and focusing on one thing. I mean, think about how silly this sounds. If you can't do it with one thing, why are you doing it with two? If you can't do one before two, if you can't make one thing work, why are you trying to do two? If you can't get one funnel to convert, why are you trying to have another? If you can't have one offer work, why are you trying to have another? If you can't get one social media channel to take off, what makes you think you're going to get two to take off? If you can't do one video a day or one post a day, why are you worried about doing two?
I think it's the video editing or the concept of editing that gets me.
Remove it.
It stops me right there because my ADD brain, it's not that I lack the knowledge, it's executive management dysfunction for me. And so I feel like, okay, now if I shoot this thing, how do I edit it and how do I make it presentable?
Remove that.
And then I stop.
Remove it. Remove it and build up to it, because that's what I call the anti-edit. So create in a way where you don't have to edit. So just take and keep, look, rule of three. One topic, three bullets. That's it. No more than three. You can't do more than three. Rule of three. One topic, 1 point, 3 subpoints. That's it. What's it about? You got 3 bullet points. You don't have to cover everything. You can do another video. You can do another one. You don't have to cover it all here. You can do another one. So 1 point, 3 bullets. No more than that. You don't get to do more than that. And then when you start the video, you can do this. You can press record on the other side and be like, all right, I'm excited in this video. And then when you're done, be like, all right, I'll see you in the next one. And you can stop record and you can post that. It's fine. You don't have to have perfect lighting. I don't have perfect lighting. If I wanted perfect lighting, I would have to come over here. But there's nothing to set it here. So I have to go over here. And it's fine. I'm telling you, you're going to get there and you're going to go, whew, I would be so much richer if I didn't get in my own head. I'm scared to death of the things that I'm already like doing wrong now. The thing that you don't know, and you can only figure it out by doing. Like, it scares me to death. I'm like, I am doing things terribly wrong right now that I don't even know that I'm doing wrong. I don't even know that I don't know. And down the road, I'm going to see it. I'm going to go, you, what? Like, how did you screw that up? Like, duh, you know, and it's like, so I'm just saying, what matters is, like, when I go to create a piece of content, the one thing that sticks into my head is like, when somebody goes through this or uses this, can they use what I said in it? Like, is there substance to, like, you know, like in this video, I'm going to show you how to take the lid off. When they get done with the video, will they know how to take the lid off? What I hate is like doing a video. It's like, here's how to take the lid off. And you go through this video and you never figured out how to take the lid off. That's what you don't want. Right? So always, like, when I create a piece of content, I'm like, and even me, if you stuff a bunch of stuff down my throat all at once, I will forget it. I'm a one trick pony learner person, right? Just one at a time, please. Like and it gives you more content.
I am so grateful to you, Mike. I do have to go, but this is gold. I mean, everything, the realness, even and the off the cuff presentation, not that it has to be polished, not that it has to be perfect. I don't worry so much about what I'm doing wrong anymore, because it's what I do. I just do it confidently. I do it as if it's right in my mind at the moment I'm conveying it. And then, like you said, I could do more videos later that, clarify previous points. And then everybody who's listening comes along, comes with you. Yeah.
And that is so, and I appreciate the kind words, and I'm so glad that like, it's good seeing you and having you showing up again and everything. Like, it's so good to see it. Like, and I'm glad like you're in a new space. That's awesome. I can tell you're different too. I love everything. And you know what? It's like, when you're doing here, this is the silly, funny thing about it all. When we think about like creating a piece of content, I was telling Logan this the other day. I was like, I'm like trying to create I'm like trying to create something. I'm like, why don't you just, what is actually happening? Right? Just what is actually happening? Like, what is really happening? That's what matters. If you're in that room and you're creating videos right there, guess what? That's actually happening.
That's actually happening.
So why don't we just do that? Why don't you explain what is going on and where you're going and how you're going to get there and those things? That's what actually matters. That's what's actually happening. And it's like, I'm having these like simple epiphanies like this, and I'm just like, dude, why are you making this so much harder than it needs to be? I love not being in my office. Like, I don't want an office. Like, I feel like that. I'm like, like
World is your office.
I just love the randomness myself. And I'm like, I'm sure they do too. It's better than the same old cookie every day. It's like,
I'm so happy you shared like the last was it 2 weeks you're in the shed. Like was like, it's another side of Mike that I never met. And I met you back in March, and to where we started and where today, it's like, this is amazing. So thank you for sharing behind the scene and your progress. And like, this is very helpful because it's helped me to understand that like with everything going on, like it's okay. And it's okay to share because like you said, creating content, it's from the day you woke up until you go to sleep. This is content.
100.
So thank you so much because you gave me the hope and
Tim.
courage
Yes.
to show everything that it's not perfect. And thank you for sharing not just the black hole and just 2 lights that you bought back in March. And
Yeah.
thank you so much. I mean, it's helpful and I appreciate you for that even more, that you're sharing with us everything that you're doing. And with fan, I know you were hot. You recorded that video yesterday. I saw how sweaty you are, but you're like, I got to get it done for my people. And I appreciate you for that even more. So thank you so much.
Dude, I talk about you all the time, and I love, hearing this. And like, I'm glad that it is coming across like this, because it is really like the unlock. Really, it feels so much better when you don't have to worry about that stuff, and instead you can use it. That is what is actually like the stuff. And great job, like on being able to see it and feel it and use it. And like, dude, you have come miles and miles from day one, dude. Oh my God. Like, just keep going. Like, you are there. Like, just keep going. It is, you are going to wait. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it when you're like, it happened. Like, and you're not even going to know. It's going to be like, it happened, and you're not going to like, you're going to be like, whoa, you're going to wake up in a different spot. It's just crazy. You wake up one day, you're like, what is going on here? This is crazy. So I'm so happy for that. Tim, hit 100 YouTubes. Damn. Like, 100 subscribers or videos?
Videos.
Oh, damn. And what happened?
YouTube is finally putting me out there in the category, and I'm getting more, I forget what you call them, referrals on the side. People are starting to visit from the sidebar, the suggested videos.
Oh, nice.
That's where the power is.
Yes.
Starting to get views are picking up, but you have to be consistent for them to promote you like that.
It's so real. And I'll tell you what else. Gotta go get that first 100 out of the way. Yes. You know what? I'll tell you what, one thing that we have seen, and it wasn't like planned or anything like that, but I'll tell you is so strong, is Michelle just started going live on YouTube. Like she was just like, I'll just go on live on YouTube. YouTube was never really good for us live, but she is getting, now that she's doing, just when she goes live every day, that's her thing. She goes live every day, come hell or high water. Like her arm could be cut off and bleeding and she'll go live. There's a lesson there, but she goes live no matter what. But she started going live on YouTube, and her YouTube loves when you go live. Apparently she doesn't get a ton of viewers over there, not like she does on TikTok, but she's like to almost 20,000 subscribers. She's like, I can't even believe I'm here. Like she just started going live, and there's nothing polished about it. She just does it off of like this. There's no camera nothing. There's no, like, I don't think she uses her mic or anything. It's just from the computer or the device. There's nothing more. And it is blowing up her whole channel. She makes more money from, it got her monetized like that. She's making so much money from those damn videos. It's insane, from monetization on YouTube. Like I just do it if you're doing something, because they love it and they get you out there with that. And so and here's something else, by the way, and I swear to God, we're getting out of here. Okay. Or whatever we want to swear to. So when you're doing like the content, when you're going live, or any of these things, you'll just find that it just loves consistency, because it can trust to like run ads on your stuff because they know it's going to be there tomorrow. And the machine loves it more than anything, even if you go watch her lives, they are not like what you would see on YouTube as far as like quality stuff and everything. It's just like this. But when you have a community, okay, when you have a community and you're going consistent, as the community grows, your community goes and interacts with your stuff, and that tells it to find more of the people in the community. As her community grows, because she's the element in the community, like she's the fulcrum in the community. She's like it's her community. It's their community, but she's kind of the ringleader of it, kind of deal, right? Because of that, when everybody gets a customer, and when you get customers and all of that stuff, they all go and look at her stuff. So you have like 38,000 people that know of her. And then because the community keeps growing, when your community grows, they go look at your stuff, and you get this instant lift because of it. And that is incredibly powerful, because then the platform goes, whoa. The same thing about email lists that I love. As your email list grows, every time you post a piece of content, like a long form or something that's like pretty, got some value to it, when you post that to your email list, you have this rush of traffic that goes to your stuff, and the platform's like, ooh, I like this. And it starts putting you out there. That's the value of the list or the community. Always be building it. Always be building it. Okay? Okay. We're going to go, because I need to eat and I got to do some other stuff, and we got to create some videos ourselves. So, love you guys. Super good day. I love today. Today's a good day. Friday the 13th. We took it from being scary to happy. All right. All right. You guys are awesome. I will see you tomorrow. Take care, take action, and toodaloo.